Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. You know what? I think this is going to be my final JoAnn liquidation, going out of business, what did I get video. I've been holding off on this one now for a little over a week. JoAnn's is typically, it's the end, everything's different at the end, but they were doing their markdowns weekly, every week. And the one that I was going to had a lot of merchandise and was, I swear, the slowest to mark things down. When it hit 60%, I went and I filled a cart. Yes, I did. I filled a cart. And with that cart, I know you can't see everything in it. I get it, because I had it all nice and neat, because you could hold more in the cart that way. It's been in my trunk. All right, I guess it's time for me to empty the trunk of my car. All this is JoAnn's from over a week ago. Yes, it has been in my car for a solid week, and it is definitely time to bring it in the house. I just don't know where it's gonna go. It has been in the trunk of my car for over a week. Yeah, over a week. My JoAnn, the one that's local to me, finally just hit the 70% off. Everything's 70, 90%. Nothing's held back and everything else. I did go in today. I did go in. I did look. I started to fill a cart, and I did not end up going and purchasing it, and that's it. And I walked away. Not that I'm anything great and wonderful. The trunk of my car was already full of yarn I had not brought into the house and I had not put away. And then waiting for JoAnn to get to that 70 and all that other stuff, right? And there's some good yarn. I'm not going to lie. There is some good yarn, but I don't really have room. I'm going to have to start joining Erin from Crafting Kitty on doing her Yarn Management Monday, which I know has been highly requested of me. No, I do not want that accountability. You do that, Erin. You do you. So what I have gotten on the last couple of trips, trust me, we're going to play with that trunk of yarn, right, is fabric. Lots of fabric. I mean, I just, well, this one actually has a ball of yarn in it. Just one. Of course, the color won't surprise you. Yeah, it's that pretty mustard. I only have the one, and it's actually not for me. So, yeah, that's why that one's in there. That was, I bought this whole bag of pretty fabrics and stuff, and remember, I don't sew. I know. And it was funny, my husband had actually taken me this day that we got all this fabric, and after we're at the checkout counter and everything, checking things out, and I'm making this comment, I don't sew, and he said, you probably need a sewing machine. And I'm like, oh yeah. Well, he was already wonderful and took me. I wasn't expecting to go, and he didn't want to go back, let me go back and everything and check out the sewing machines. When I went back, they did have some that day. When I went back, all of them were gone. That is totally fine. If I really want a sewing machine, I can get a sewing machine. I don't want anything fancy. I don't need anything fancy. I just need something that makes straight lines, you know, just like straight lines. That would be cool. And the bobbin that doesn't hate people, because that was my last sewing machine. So I got some fun stuff here. I mean, I can show you the outsides of them. I won't unwrap all of these this time like I have in the past, because I want to get to the yarn. You want to see what's in the trunk of my car, don't you? These were all scents. This bag had all of this yarn in it, and the one ball of yarn, all of this fabric, the full bag of fabric, and the one ball of yarn, and it was $12.23. This was like 75% off of all the fabric. Yeah, okay, so that's it. It's really pretty. I need to make some bags or something. I don't know, but this is a Christmas one, and it's got glitter in it. I'm like, hello, that's awesome. And I don't know. It's 0.861 yards. Okay, whatever. That's nice. That's nice. And I have some other Santa ones because it's got glitter on it. Like, sweet. And I do need somebody to figure something out before. This one's like a knit fabric. I just thought it was neat. This one, I'm curious. How big is this thing? Because, you know, if it can be something that doesn't need a lot of seams, we could do something cool with it. Does it stretch? Does it stretch like I thought it did? No, it's not the knit fabric that I thought. But it's just this pretty, okay, that can be a nice bag. It can be a beautiful bag liner. That's gorgeous. Okay, here, I won't unwrap the rest, but I'll let you see them. Christmas, guess I got the Christmas day today. There's gingerbread stuff. You get the gingerbread shapes. Everything's like a gingerbread shape. And this is 1.5 yards. So that's perfect. 54 inches, whatever. And what I look at for these pieces, these larger ones like this, is I can just edge around with crochet or something, or, you know, as we know, fleece like this, it doesn't really need anything. Just leave it as is, as a blanket or a cape for the kids or me. And it's fun. I've got one little one that likes PlayStation gaming stuff and everything. So I thought, well, I have to get this. Why not? And this is the absolute softest ever. That stuff is so, so soft. So just playing with that stuff. And, oh, I have another one. What is this one? Christmassy stuff too, poinsettias. So that was my fabric for the day there. And all of that stuff, like I said, was $12.23 for the fabric and the one skein of yarn that I don't plan on keeping. I mean, I might keep it. I don't think so. I bought it for someone else. So let's go downstairs and see. Okay, we are downstairs in my overflow room, and you can see I was able to bring in all of those bags that I had in the back of my car. And my overflow room, as I lovingly call it, all of that right there is JoAnn Big Twist. That at the top, the above the shelves and the top shelf is, I think it's all Big Twist. That black might not be. And over here, this is JoAnn yarn. Almost all of this is JoAnn yarn. There's some exceptions. I think the top row right there. Yeah, I think that one up there, maybe not so much, but yeah, this is JoAnn yarn right here. So this is my JoAnn room. And we're gonna see all the stuff that I got down here and why I got it. All right, we're gonna be a little unconventional, and I'm gonna hang out down here on the floor. It's just the better place at the moment. My room upstairs is too much stuff, way too much stuff to be playing with all of this and trying to figure out where it goes. And unfortunately, this room has taken on more than just the one row of crafting stuff for me. It's a little bit more than that, and my desk is full. You'll recognize some of these things. Oh yeah, that's right. That's the lovey that needs to be sewn together. I know, I'm naughty. So I went to JoAnn on this one. I was waiting for the 60% off to hit. I mean, I was waiting, and I made sure that I was there pretty early in the day to get the best selection of what they had. And I wanted the Heartland yarn. Have you worked with this? I haven't. You would think I have it. It's the best yarn ever with the amount that I got. So that is the Heartland, and I got a lot of it. I got like a metric ton of Heartland, all the different colors. I went specifically wanting to get maybe about 10 of one of the pink shades. Yeah, I didn't stop. So this is 5 ounces, 142 grams, 251 yards. It's a number 4 worsted weight yarn. It is 100% acrylic, machine wash and dryable, made in Egypt. I think that's really cool. It says Lion Brand Heartland yarn, handcrafts artisans, sensationally soft, sensational deuce. Okay, premium acrylic. Okay, there you go. Over 8,000 free patterns on lionbrand.com. So it dawned on me after I got all this that I've never actually worked with any. I have some basic stitch that is similar color to this one. This is vibrant. I love the heathers, man. I'm telling you, my husband was telling me the other day that for me personally, he sees that I'm getting more into solids, and that, you know, a nice heathered and everything is a good way to look at that. And I think he might be right. I don't know. So I got a bunch of the Heartland yarn, and then I got a little bit, and I say that, you know, not downplaying at all. It is, and the amount that I could have gotten, that is a little bit. That's not a huge amount. This is all Big Twist right here, and it was I think $1.80 the day that I got it, because it was 60%. It's 70% off right now at $1.35. I did fill up a cart, and then I put it back. I'm like, where are you going to put it? I don't know where I'm going to put all this. So let's see what I got. Oh, here, I got kits. Look at this. Look at that. It's like a little ballerina doll, whatever. And it's like crochet kit Girl Ruse, complete crochet kit. So it has the yarn, it has the safety eyes, and it has the stuffing. It doesn't have the hook that you need, but it has the directions. It has everything but the hook. And I think that is amazing. At JoAnn, these were selling for $30, $29.99 originally. And my local yarn store has some like this, not this exact one, but a lot of these, and they're about $25. I got this for $12, so I got 2 of them. So one that I can keep and one that I can do whatever I want to with it. So they're both the same. And this is the, I don't know if that's how you say it, the Shepgees. I'm not sure how you say it, but that's the yarn that comes in the kit. And I loved the idea of having the kits. I've worked with some of these kits before. I like them. And that price, okay, $12, please take my money. All right, look at all the crazy colors. So I got this blue, and I got a lot of the colors, man. I'm telling you, I overdid it. This is probably why I didn't take it out of my car. I'm like, ooh, I overdid it. And I got a bag of polyfill, this 32-ounce bag of polyfill. I did not get the 20-pound bag one or whatever it was for like $25, $30. I mean, it was the huge box. It was the big, huge box. I did not get that. It was so inexpensive. I thought about it, but I've got an open bag this size, you know, about that much left in it, you know, and then this one, this will last me a while. I don't make tons of amigurumi where I'm really sifting through that. That's for the people who do markets, and man, I'm telling you, if you did a market and you got that, you got a killer deal. Okay, color, that's what I was looking for. Glacier Bay, I don't know how many I got. I tried to get a sweaters quantity of the majority of them, so let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 10 of those, so plenty to make a sweater for adult person or lots of mini-me peoples. And I do have the grandkids. I've got three granddaughters and 3 grandsons, and I wanted options. And yeah, I went overboard. I'm not even afraid to admit it. I went overboard. There is more room in here. Let's see. Can we see that? Yeah, see, you can see the bottom isn't filled or anything, and even that stuff's not, that's not packed tight. So I've got some room there, and I think behind the mannequin thing that I'm sitting in front of, I think there's room in that one, and I think there's room over here too. So I do have room. Yeah, I just didn't want everything as packed as it upstairs. I lost. It's gonna be packed. So that's a pretty blue. This blue, oh my gosh, this one is stunning. This blue is Virgin Islands. Look at that, isn't that gorgeous? And I got all they had of this one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Was there just 7? Yep, 7 of those. So I got 7 of that blue because that's what they had. Perfect. And look at the green. You knew I was going to get the green. I mean, hello. I'm going to get the green, and I'm going to get that rust, right? Oh, and you look at it, it's like, oh my gosh, you could do color work sweaters, autumn theme, because I do have some red too. Oh my gosh, autumn theme color work sweaters, worsted weight. You know, that's going to work up faster, and it's easy care because it already said so. Machine washable and dryable. That's easy care. Love this. So the green, this grass green is halakala. Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't think you can see that. Okay, so green, I got green ones. And the rust is, and I'll tell you how many I got of them. And the rust is Yosemite, I can say that one. Okay, so how many of the greens did I get? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. I got 11 of the greens. I wonder why I got 11. Maybe it's that, maybe they had 11 and that's why I got 11. I'm gonna go with it. They had 11, I got 11. Here's the red I was talking about. Oh my gosh, look at that. It's like a Santa Claus red. Okay, redwood. So look at these together. Oh, pretty. And this, they only had 1 of those. I'm like, what are you gonna do with it? I don't know, but if I do color work, look at that, right? I mean, that works, doesn't it? It does. And you don't always need like 12 balls of something for color work. 1, you know, you do a few stripes in it and everything well placed, perfect. And this beautiful coppery goodness is Bryce Canyon. So I just got the 1 of those. I would have gotten more, but I didn't need it. I have a lot. And the red is, did I already say that? Did I say that? Redwood. Yeah, the red is redwood. And 2, 4, 6. That's what they had. We had 6 of the red. There you go. I had 11 of the green, 6 of the red, just 1 of that one. I would have gotten more. I don't know how many I've gotten there. And the light blue. So I got 3 different blues. Look at that. So I could do my own, I don't know if they gradiate together or not, but here's my 3 blues. Isn't that pretty? I don't know if you put them all together. I mean, you could. I own them. I could do anything, right? So with the light blue, it is Voyagers. I don't know. It's not how I would spell it, but okay. So that one I have 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 9 of those. Oh my gosh, those are so pretty. I'll put that one back in here so I can move that without it falling all over the place. And it'll be nice for me to actually put these back in where they belong, so then I can have all my shopping bags back, because that's what these are. Is the day I went, they didn't have any bags, or if they did have bags, I sure didn't get offered any. And I had a full cart, so I'm like, whatever. But that is okay. And it's funny, the lady that was working there, she recognizes me as I come in and everything's like, oh, another yarn, another yarn. So I thought that was really kind of cute. All right, so on this one, how many of these, this is not redwood, how many of these did I get? Don't know. The Yosemite. Okay, so Yosemite. 2, 4, 6. This is fun. 8, 10. I got 10 of those. That is crazy. What is it? 251 yards. So yeah, 2,500 yards. That is a lot of yarn. That is. And here's the one, the reason I went, the one color I absolutely wanted, and I got extra of this one because of it. And this is it's a really pretty pink. They had 2 different pinks. I liked this one. I did not like the other one. The other one was like more of a coralish, and it didn't really resonate with me. I mean, colors are colors. We resonate towards some and not so much of others. And this is La Seine Volcanic. Alrighty, La Seine Volcanic. And that is stunning. And I got a lot more of this one because I was looking at doing matching sweaters for all 3 girls. And I know the oldest granddaughter likes this because I did show the yarn to her. Before I ended up buying it, before I went to 60% off, we ended up going and I'm like, hey, what colors do you like? That way, if they still had them, I would get those colors, which is what I did. So she did like this one. And what, at least 13 of these? I don't know. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yep, 11, 12, 13. I got 13 of those. Okay, so that is way more than enough. And I was looking at that. Well, for one, you know, it's not like we can go back tomorrow and go, oh wait, I need another skein of yarn, because yes, I can get this from Lion Brand because it is Heartland yarn and it is a Lion Brand yarn, but I would also pay full price, and I probably would not get the same dye lot, right? These originally were $6.49, and I had the 60% off, so just a absolute killer deal. When everything was said and done, it was $100 and some, I think. I don't know. My receipt's outside, I think, still. My receipt's still in the car. Evidence. Make the evidence go away. I think at the bottom of it, it said something like I saved $390 or something crazy like that. I'm like, sweet. That's pretty cool. Which I love those things, because would I have bought all this if I had to pay the $6.49 each for each one of these things? No, I would not have. I think I got, and I didn't count all of these, but I think I remember at the time getting like at least 90-ish skeins of yarn, something along that line, pretty close. If not 90 on the button, you know, give or take 1 or 2, right? That's how much I got, which is a crazy amount of yarn and such a crazy deal. Yeah, it was more than 100, but whatever. It was a huge discounts, huge deals. So now I have to put all of this stuff away. And then I should probably get off the floor and maybe get my iPad and everything and show you the pattern I had in mind for this particular yarn. And Of course, I'll change my mind, right? Because I'm trying to finish some things up and everything else. But yeah, I had something specific in mind for this. I did show it to my granddaughter, and I'm going to show it to you. So give me a moment. I'm going to go sit in a chair. How's that sound? One moment. All right, it's good to be in an actual chair again and not looking up like that and trying to make sure that, you know, what, at least I wasn't looking down, you know, the neck thing looks like there's more than one. Anyway, I wanted to show you some of the sweaters, or at least the sweater that got me thinking that I wanted to make something for my granddaughters matching. Now, it's not to say I'm going to 100% get around to it because we know life gets in the way, but it did look larger than what I would have guessed. When I looked at this, to me, it looked like it was going to be made in a bulky. It's called Believe Me, as in leaves, like leaves on a tree. Look at that. Isn't that adorable? You've got those leaves going all the way down the sleeves, and then you've got that detail on the backside. And I showed that to my granddaughter, and she said that she liked it. And then her mom said, no, she's not going to want those leaves, that cluster on her backside. She'll get teased. I don't know if that's true or not, but once her mom said it, it was over. That's all there was to it, and that's just not going to happen. Because, you know, she's 9 and she's influenced, right? So she's like, yep, she would say that she still likes it, but if I made it for her with that cluster at the backside, she wouldn't actually wear it. She would accept it, act all excited, and wouldn't really wear it. So I don't want that to be the case, but I do like the construction on this. I don't own the pattern. It is a paid for pattern. I have not purchased this one. Okay, never mind. It is in my library, so I did purchase this one. So, okay, I did not realize that I had already purchased this. Yes, I did. I purchased it April of 2025. So I did recently buy this one with this in mind. I forgot. Okay. I mean, I've been collecting, as in purchasing, quite a few patterns lately that are on my list. You know, this is why I like to search the free patterns, because I can collect those and maybe get around to it, maybe not. Collecting the paid for ones and maybe getting around to it, maybe not. Yeah, I'm not going to stop. I mean, I can say something. I'm not going to stop. So I do have this. I haven't looked at it yet because, again, forgot that I had it. But I think that one's absolutely wonderful. And it says it's worsted weight yarn. Does that look worsted weight to you? Doesn't that look like it's a bulky? I mean, to me, that looks like it's a bulky weight yarn. But they say worsted, so that's why I got all the worsted weight stuff. And what yarn did they use? They used Malabrigo worsted weight. Now, could have bought the Rios for that, right? When Premier had it. I don't think they have any more of it left. It was $12.75 a skein. Could have done that. But I ended up getting all of the Heartland, which is easier care for mommy and for kids. So I do like that. Easier care, lots of different colors. Even if they wanted to pick out the other colors, you know, I haven't brought that up as far as Nana's about ready to cast it on. So I don't have that of, hey, where's my stuff? Because they tend to want their stuff right then because they're little. They're like, hey, it's been 15 minutes. Where's it at? I'm like, yeah, it's not how that works. But that's what I had in mind. Obviously, so much so that I did purchase the pattern in April of 2025 because, yeah, why wouldn't I? So right now, that pattern is $8.27. It's €7. So, you know, as the exchange rate changes, it changes. I don't know exactly what I paid for it. You know, it might have been a few cents more, a few cents less when I got it. Who knows? But that was my whole goal for that particular yarn. And I was planning on going and maybe getting 20 skeins of yarn. We see that I got around 90. Yeah. I still have to put it away in the little bins. I'm pretty sure I have enough room in those bins since I've been very good about not filling those. Although I could easily, because looking around here, it's a mess. I could easily do that, but haven't done that yet. So there's some other patterns that I was looking at that I thought would be fun. For leaves things, there's more, but this was just like a quick search. It's called Falling Leaves by Lois Young. It's in Creative Knitting Autumn 2015 edition. So it's quite a ways away. Let me see, can we even buy it on Ravelry right now? Nah, it just talks about the pattern, but I just want to show you that leaf because you can get that type of motif. But with those colors that I got, wouldn't that be fun? Doing a color work thing with the actual leaves like that. So that's just one example that I was looking at for those gorgeous colors. And, you know, since Lion Brand does have Heartland, If I did see another color that I was like, oh, this would match perfectly with the autumn colors that I currently have, I would pay for a few skeins full price if I wanted that in my color work. Not a problem. I mean, with the discount that I got for all the others, I think I could afford one or two that are full price. This is an optical illusion. Love it with the colors that they have with the black and white, but it could be with those beautiful colors that I have also. And it's a paid for pattern. It's in an ebook, so the ebook's pricey, but I'm sure we can find something else like that. This is Fortuna's Wheel Pullover by Elspeth Vance. And I love, and I've seen this in blankets also, but I like the optical illusion that this gives. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? And what fun would that be with color work? Of course, I'd make it longer. We've already talked about it. Nana's not wearing a belly shirt. I mean, this young lady can, and she rocks it and she pulls it off quite well. I would need an extra ball of yarn of each color. You know what I'm getting at, right? That's how that goes. But I love the two-tone. I like the way that the optical illusion that gives, that it's moving constantly. And then this, oh my gosh, talk about another one. This is a 440-4 Nordic mix sweater. Yes, it is. Of course, it's another paid for pattern. I don't own this one. This is by Laura Delgard. And I just like all the fun changing and juxtapositions of the designs on that sweater. Isn't it cool? I mean, you can make it with whatever colors, but I'm looking at the all over color work again. I've only made one all over color work, and that was for my granddaughter, a hooded sweater that I finished, I think late last year, maybe early this year. I don't remember when I finished it, but it was with, go figure, JoAnn party yarn, and it looked really, really cute, had a hood on it, everything. And that was the first time I ever did all over color work. So I'm kind of looking at those beautiful colors that I just got, all of the Heartland. Well, it matches, it goes together, right? They're all heathered. They all have that same consistency and everything, but something kind of fun along that line. I think my best bet is if I want to start another sweater, which we know I do. I'm holding off. I am holding off currently, but we know I'm jonesing to start another one. But we got that Magnificent 7 and we're whittling it, right? We're whittling that down. I think my best bet would be to start one of these for the girls. And the reason being is they have that size 8s, worsted weight yarn on size 8s, multiple sizes, and worsted weight, it's going to work up a little faster than some of my other things, making something for a 9-year-old or smaller. And we saw with my granddaughter trying on her neon sweater. Okay, she tried on the vest without sleeves. Okay, it was a vest. And seeing how big that was on her, you know, and that's my largest grandchild. Well, her and her cousin, they're very similar in size. There's 9 months in age difference, but they're very similar. They're both small. And, you know, doing something along that line, I don't have to make really huge sizes and get something accomplished. And doing a worsted weight sweater, and I'd make it a little bigger because we're rolling into summer, and I want to start it now because we're rolling into summer, and it'll be ready for them when winter comes. That's how that goes, right? I mean, there's a method. There is a method. We gotta look at these things the right way. Alrighty, so let's see. Oh, it doesn't want to show me like that. I want to see it. Oh, let's put it over here. I've got ways. I don't know. I have things. Where's my sweater folder? Where's the sweater pullover? Where's the child pullover? There it is. Found it. Yay. Save here. So I can look at it and see just one of those things of how many does it tell us that we have to cast on. That's a huge difference. And I think we've talked about lots of different things, like when I'm making socks, and a lot of you that are into making socks, casting on anywhere from 64 inches to 72 inches, you know, depending on the size sock and the size needles that you're using. That's what I do. And doing that and all those rounds, you know, you look at the stitches for one sock, depending on the size, up to like 10,000 stitches. You can get, in some cases, a full sweater for that, depending on who you're doing the sweater for. And the stitches are a lot bigger, right? We know that. All right, where's that at? Where's my little pattern? I just put it here. See, I've got my drive of patterns of things, and it is what it is. I don't even know what the pattern looks like when you pull it up. Believe me. Oh, it's in bees. There we go. There it is. I found it. Oh, it is so tiny. Okay. So here it is. I've got the pattern. That's cool. What does it say? Pattern sizes up to size for anywhere from 1-year-old to 14 years old. Chest is anywhere from 18¼ inch to 32 inches. Okay, so we've got a big size range. That's nice. That works out really well. Wow, you're using, okay, I'm like, what do you mean you're using size 4 needles with a size worsted weight yarn? That's for the ribbing. 8's for everything else. Okay, that makes total sense. All right. Okay, so for the yoke, because you're starting at the yoke, and no, I'm not going to read the whole pattern, you're casting on anywhere from 62 stitches to 70 stitches, depending on the size you choose. That's not a huge amount of yarn, right? And that's for the sweater. And that's what I'm getting at. Like, we've got this pair of socks. That was 64 stitches. Well, depending on the size you're making, there you're casting on like you're casting on a sock, but you're using worsted weight yarn and size 8 knitting needles, and you're going to have a garment for what took you for a sock. That's why I say socks are large projects. They don't look like it, but they really are. All right, I'm going to set that down before I start digging into that pattern way too much. That's what I have going on. That is my absolute last JoAnn haul. Like I said, I did go there earlier today. I started to fill a cart. They had the jelly bean in the purple. They had the jelly bean in that limey slime green. And I had some of those in there. I had a few more big twist in my cart. You know, I was just stacking in some other stuff. I'm like, you know, your trunk's full. Go put your toys away. So I was a good girl and I left and I didn't buy anything. But that's okay. I've got so much that I have already purchased. And yeah, I'm not going to lie. Had my trunk been empty, I would have bought that cart. I'm not even going to act like I'm all high and mighty. I am not high and mighty. I would have bought that cart. But I really didn't have a lot more room. I could have put it in my back seat, put it in my passenger seat. I could have done all those things, but I hadn't put away what I already had. So there you go. And save it for somebody else. Somebody else can have the joy of discovering all those beautiful colors and going in there and getting everything, getting the big twist value at $1.35 a ball. I mean, a hang, a skein, whatever. Amazing prices, absolutely amazing. And I did check. In my area, they did not do any of the stacking coupons that they did in other areas, or at least the one that I went to. No additional discounts. The outlying JoAnn's from me, some friends have gone to those, and they did have stacking discounts. My particular store, I swear, was the last one to take the discounts. They have a lot more inventory, and I think it's because they just have not done all those stacking things. So if you are in the Denver area and you know where Park Meadows Mall is, they still have stuff. You still have time. Go forth. Have fun. With that, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. And I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.